I've been alive for 18 years. Looks like this is the end of that road. I never thought I'd experience being abducted by some shady group of people. Yet here I am. And not just me, but Akiho and the other members of the club as well. I have to do something, but there's no way I can turn the situation around on my own. I know how that'll turn out. Thus, all I can do is stay quiet in this shaking car. Nobody says a word. After passing the time in silence, we finally arrive at our destination. It's... some kind of press conference room? The windows of the van have a dark tint applied to them, but it's still possible to see outside. None of us have been blindfolded, and the black-suited men didn't warn us not to look around. Which means we had nothing keeping us from watching the van enter TNSC and pull up in front of the Takasaki Observatory. We're then politely guided to a room on the 4th floor, no restraints. Did we just dream up our earlier treatment? 5 minutes have passed since our arrival. Needless to say, this isn't an interrogation room or a creepy cell. It's just a regular old room. Heck, if anything, it's more like a press conference room, yeah. After guiding us here, the black-suited men told us to wait for a little while, then left. In other words, it's just us 4 Robot Club pals sitting around. And Akio's still in her work clothes, which is funny to me. Subaru turns the handle on the door leading outside, and it opens easily. An intense sea breeze comes blowing into the room, roughly swaying the hanging curtains. It sure is windy outside. Yeah, I mean, even if you escape, they'd just come back and get you again. If they wanted to kill us, they probably would have taken us into the woods where nobody goes. There are places like that all over the island. That's unfortunate. Instead, they took us to TNSC of all places. No restraints, and we're not locked in. It's pretty clear that they mean us no harm. Lighten the mood, eh? Juna's been trembling like a newborn fawn the whole time, so it looks like Akiho's gag ended in utter failure. Oh my god. You too, huh? Suddenly the door to the room opens, and it comes a dizzy-looking Frau. She's been collected. The black-suited men guiding Frau Bao, then leave the room. Please don't. So, the same as us. Frau wasn't even at the hangar with us, which means they must have business with the entire Robot Club. Although there's no sign of Michi, who left only a short time before the abduction took place.
スーツ、はあはあ。ネクタイをもぐもぐして味わいたい。あとグラサンのつるの部分をペロペロしたい。
Oh boy. Time to ignore the perv.
TNSC ならさ、アキちゃんおじさんから何か聞いてないの？
よし、ちょっと電話してみる。
Despite our current situation, they didn't take our phone droids. Just as Akiho is about to make the call.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. There he be. Her old man shows up, right on time. I can't tell if he's trying to fool us with that smile of his, or if he's just forcing one out. Either way, he looks oddly tense.
お父さん、これどういうこと？まさかお父さんの差し金なの？説明して。それについては私が説明します。
Entering the room after Akiho's dad is Nai Tenoji, the girl who was wearing sunglasses. Still recovering from that. That said, she's not wearing shades right now, so she kind of looks different.
はい、皆さん着席。
ちょっと待った。その格好って。
JAXA の職員の制服？改めて自己紹介させてもらいますね。JAXA 研究開発本部未踏技術研究センターの天王寺苗です。種子島には今日初めて来ました。いいところですね。
Whoa, what's with all the smiling? You literally almost committed a— almost? Hell, the normal reaction here would be to call the cops on you.
皆さんにこうして集まってもらったのは、とある支援業務についてのご提案をさせてもらいたかったからです。
集まったんじゃなくて拉致されてきた。
Apparently, literal abduction is almost a crime.
支援業務これはですね、種子島宇宙センターの瀬宮所長もすでに了承済みの話でして。聞いてない。
Akiho's old man wipes the sweat off his cheek and weakly nods.
ただ天王寺君、あのやり方はまずかったよ。まず彼らに謝るべきじゃないかな。
あ、そうですね。
Nai Tenoji seems to have come to some sort of realization. She corrects her posture and bows deeply.
手荒い真似をして本当にごめんなさい。皆さんのことを狙っている大人たちは実は結構いまして、できるだけ早くこの話をお伝えして、ぜひとも私たちに協力してもらいたかったので、私学生時代にもお友達からよく暴走娘って呼ばれていて、つい
Wild
やり
girl?
すぎちゃう癖があるみたいなんです。
Wild girl? Okay. Who cares about your nickname? What do you mean by adults targeting us? I prefer Chipmunk, frankly. Is this related to Ko Kimijima?
それでですね、支援業務について一言で説明しますと、真下さん、あれ貸して、あれ。
Nai Tenoji suddenly calls to one of the staff watching a short distance away. The older man named Mashita wears a troubled smile on his face and hands the board over to Nai Tenoji.
はい、これです。じゃーん。
After building up a little bit of hype for herself, she turns the board toward us. It's adorable. The hell?
はい、JAXA と一緒に巨大ロボットを作ろうというわけで。
What? Looks like I'm not the only one floored right now. Everyone in the club is stunned. Not to mention, the poor handwriting and bad drawings makes me feel excessively annoyed. What the hell was that terrifying experience we all endured 30 minutes ago? Everything feels so stupid now. I just want to collapse on the spot. Nai Tenoji's carefree way of speaking is only spurring on that sense of exhaustion.
あれ、よく聞き取れなかったかな？
We heard you.
こ このボードを見てもらえばわかると思いますが、 JAXA と一緒に巨大ロボットを作りませんかということで、はいね。
With JAXA, huh? Didn't Akio just ask her dad about this a month ago and he got rejected?
正しくは革新ロボティクス技術研究支援業務っていうもっともらしいというか小難しい名称がついてるんですけど、要するに巨大ロボットを研究開発している人たちにいろいろ援助をしたいなという話です。来年東京万博があるわけですが、噂ではロボット万博という通称ですでに呼ばれているぐらいだとか。 JAXA は地上での二足歩行ロボ研究については門外漢だったりします。宇宙ロボティクス研究については研究グループがあるんですけどね。でもやっぱりロボット大国とまで言われた日本ですから、二足歩行の巨大ロボットにもきちんと向き合うべきだろうと、そんな感じで偉い人に軽く掛け合ってみました。そうしたら意外にも私みたいなド新人の意見が通りまして、ひとまず万博までの半年間ではありますが支援業務という形でやってみようと。
Isn't it a little late for this? I doubt they'll accomplish much with only half a year remaining until the expo.
今回の支援業務がうまくいけばですね、将来的に正式なミッションとしての道が開かれるかもしれませんよ。 JAXA 製の巨大二足歩行ロボットだって夢じゃなくなるかもです。その先行ミッション研究になれたらという思惑もあったり。とはいえ今のところこの業務に関わっているのは調布では私だけですので、あんまり期待はされていないみたいです。今の笑うところですよ。
Just like when she introduced herself in the car, her eyes aren't laughing. No matter how big that smile of hers is, she's kind of scary.
正直なところ半年じゃ大したことはできないだろうって
She can be pretty damn scary.
でも期待されていないなら失敗するのを恐れる必要もないわけで、だったら好き放題やっちゃおうかなと。
If nothing else, this chick's got guts.
とはいえ支援と言っておきながら予算はとっても少ないです。スズメの涙です。ですから支援対象はどうしても一つに絞らなくちゃいけません。あちこちの研究機関に支援していたらすぐに予算が消えちゃいます。じゃあどこにするのかを考えていた時にですね、偶然ネット放送でロボアンをやっていたとこういうわけです。決勝戦あの英雄ミスタープレアデスと皆さんは互角の戦いを繰り広げていましたね。
I glance over at Subaru to check on his expression. Oh, there is none. He doesn't have one. It looks like he's listening to her with a cold expression on his face, but he's actually sweating bullets.
ミスタープレアデスならここにいる。
You can't just out a man like that. You can't just do that. Please.
ごめん。
Pretty please.
続けてください。
はい、それで私あの試合を見ていて感動しちゃったんです。
Naitonoji's eyes get moist and she wiggles around. The more she talks, the more my impression of this woman changes. For the worse.
残念ながら負けちゃいましたけど本当に惜しかったですよね。あのままやってたら絶対うちらが勝ってました。
そういう過程の話は無意味です。勝敗はついたんですから。
あとパイ読み新聞のインタビューも読ませてもらいました。
What interview?
うちが受けたやつですね。あきほちゃん新聞のインタビュー受けたの？すごいね。 何日じゃなくて買い読みなんだよ。全国紙なの。声が出たくないって言うからしょうがなくうちが一人で受けたんだ。もっといろいろ語りたかったんだけどな。でも瀬宮さん、とても素敵な夢を語っていましたよね。そうですか？恥ずかしいな。
Oh boy, Akio's starting to fall for Night Tennoji's lip service.
本来はホビーロボじゃなくて全高10メートル以上ある巨大ロボットを作るのが夢なんだって。っていうか、もうすでに作っているって。はい、そうなんです。
The president has officially been buttered up to perfection. She's all ready for the oven. Even though she was trembling and about to cry mere minutes ago.
そのインタビューを見てこれだと。
Yeah, this is definitely not where I thought this was going.
ぜひとも皆さんにお願いしたいって思ったんですよ。やっぱり皆さんは今が旬ですから。
もしかしてそんなミーハーな理由で選んだんですか？
皆さんのことは JAXA でも多少名の知られた存在だったということもあります。うちが TNSC 所長の娘だからとか？
これまでにも JAXA からいらなくなったパーツとか譲ってもらってたからじゃない？
そっか、前からうちらって協力関係にあったんだった。
When Misune founded the Robot Research Association 9 years ago, she used her family connections to force Jax's hand.
でも間に合ってよかった。
Night Tennoji gestures like she's wiping sweat from her brow after a hard day's work.
ロボワンの準優勝者ともなれば、いろんな研究機関や企業が皆さんのことを狙っているはずですから。日本どころか世界中の技術者があの大会には注目しているんですよ。本当ですか？具体的にどの辺ですか？この1ヶ月、買い読み新聞以外どこからもオファー来ませんでしたけど。
単なるお世辞でしょ。
そんなことないですよ。私の目に狂いはありません。とにかくそんなわけで皆さんとの協力関係を一番乗りで築きたかったんです。
具体的にはどう支援をしてもらえるんです？
最初に言った通り、来年の万博への出展が目標です。 JAXA からは開発費を提供します。少ないですが。あと未踏技術研究センターには宇宙ロボティクス研究グループという部門があります。そこに所属する技術者と技術交流ができたりするかもです。年長者の立場からアドバイスなどできたらなぁと。それからロボットを建造する際にこの TNSC の施設を使っていただいて結構です。一つ大事なことが、完成したロボットの説明には JAXA が協力しているという説明を入れてください。
Doesn't that basically mean there are literally no negatives to accepting this deal? Is that really all? This sounds too good to be true.
技術やアイデアだけ持っていかれて手柄は JAXA が独り占めなんてことはないんですか？
先輩、それはうがった見方すぎですよ。
そうだよ。
That's a fair concern.
うちはお父さんと親子の縁切るし。
Wow.
僕？
いやだって条件良すぎると思ってさ、なんか裏があるんじゃないかって思っちゃうんだよね。何しろこっちは拉致られた身なんで。
True.
警戒させちゃってますか？ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい。
Night Tennoji, looking ashamed, bows her head to us again.
これはもう信じてくださいって言うしかないです。でも完成したロボットの評価が高ければ将来 JAXA 製巨大ロボットの製作を皆さんに依頼するかもしれませんよ。
This woman is really fixated on JAXA making giant robots. Does she just really want to make one? Who knows if that's all that's going to happen?
悪の軍団をバッタバッタとなぎ倒していく正義の JAXA ロボ、どうですか？
それじゃあ兵器じゃないか。そんなコンセプトは認められないよ。
Akio's eyes have started glittering. She's been consumed by delusion.
そういう考え方好きです。
Oh boy.
本当？ありがとう。
Uh-oh, these two are starting to come to a mutual understanding.
どっちにしろ万博にはもともと出るつもりでした。あ、そうなんですか？だったらお互いに好都合ですね。でも資金はそんなにたくさんいらないかも。スポンサーがついているんです。必要なパーツはほぼ揃っていて、あとは組み立てるだけだったりするんですよ。わあ、そこまで進んでいるんですね。すごいです。もちろん皆さんのロボットは万博に出てくる他の一般企業のロボットと比べれば見劣りしてしまうかもしれません。
Naitonoji just casually drops an insult on us.
ですが、そこはアイディアで勝負みたいな感じですか？一般企業と同じ方法で開発してもそれはあまり意味がないですもんね。それより将来の巨大ロボット開発や宇宙開発に取り入れられるような面白いアイデアを重視したいなって個人的には思っているんです。アイデアは
Akio's eyes are wandering. She probably doesn't have any ideas in particular. The only plan for that chunk of hollowed out steel is to make it walk. But this ain't a bad proposal. It's up to Akio whether or not to accept, though. She's the club president, and she's likely the only one with any real interest in any of this. Subaru is participating in the robot club in secret from his old man, so he can't openly voice his opinion. All of this is probably going right over Juna's head. She's just silently having a panic attack in the corner, it's fine. And Frau and I have no interest in giant robots. Actually, Frau is slovenly lying forward on a desk, fiddling with her phone droid. She's been paying no attention.
じゃあ皆さんが今作っている巨大ロボ見せてもらっちゃおうかな。いいですか？もちろんです。
俺たちがいたハンガーに置いてあったのに。
あ、そうだったんですね。気がつきませんでした。データならうちのポケコンに入ってるよ。
Akio pulls up the blueprints and photos she took and happily shows them to Naitonoji on her phone droid screen.
これがうちらロボ部が今開発中の巨大ロボ頑張れる試作1号機、通称ガンツク1です。
Naitonoji's eyes are glued to the monitor. But she soon starts to look puzzled.
これは動くんですか？もちろんです。歩行させます。させる予定です。
Actually, didn't Subaru mention repeatedly that it wouldn't walk? Did that issue ever get resolved? Said Subaru is... He's not saying anything in particular.
足が動くということですね。足以外はどうですか？足以外は動く予定はないです。その必要がなかったので。なるほど。
Naitonoji goes silent in thought for a moment, then speaks to Senomiya's dad.
佐野宮所長、これって歩けると思います？
いやー、どうでしょう。
He looks like he's at his wit's end. He keeps wiping sweat from his brow over and over. Is he trying to appeal to his own daughter? And if that's the case, he's not really doing a good job. At the end of the day, sometimes you gotta shoot straight about these things. Man, how weak is this dude when it comes to his daughter? Savage. Nope.
どっちです？
歩けませんよ。
Subaru finally makes his move.
スバル、余計なこと言っちゃダメ。
でも事実ですか？
歩けないんですか？
歩こうとしたらつま先が引っかかって転倒するのがオチです。
転倒、それは聞 こは解決策としてつま先に車輪を装着することで回避しようかななんて思ってたところです。
Naitanoji thinks to herself again before slamming her fist into her palm like she's got an idea. She looks up.
例えばこういうのはどうでしょう。作りかけの1号機についてはひとまず開発を凍結してもらって、また新しく万博出展用にもう少し見栄えのいい巨大ロボを作るというのは。
That's not gonna fly.
また新しく。
That's not gonna fly. This proposal makes the most sense. Subaru's been saying the same thing for a while now. Well, Subaru said to scrap it. So, to be fair, Nai's not saying to scrap it. And if JAXA provides support, our money issues will finally be over. We could really build something pretty decent if we start from scratch. However, to Akio, this proposal is basically poisonous. It means the robot she's currently building won't qualify for the expo. She'd end up a laughingstock. In other words, it's a full rejection of the robot that Akio spent so much time on for so long. I'm an amateur at robot construction, but even I know after listening to Subaru and Akio battle it out. He's right and she isn't. But the biggest problem here is that the Robot Club president, the one who holds the right to decide what direction the club will take, is...
だったらこの話はなかったことにしてください。
Oh my god. Compromise, people. Akio Senomiya, and Akio Senomiya alone. Her dream is to complete Gun Build 1 that Misane designed. The gun barrel prototype Model 1 is the product of the other members' 9 years of hard work. There's no logic or reason behind this, just pure emotion. That's why this proposal will never work.
うちが完成させたいのはガンツク1なんです。それ以外のロボットを作るつもりはありません。瀬宮さん、ごめんなさい。
Akio bows slightly and walks out of the room. Frau, seemingly waiting for this moment, runs after Akio while still hanging her head low. Juna is bewildered and looks towards me for my reaction. Subaru also looks at me like he wants me to do something. I don't have any reason to try and persuade Akio one way or the other. My only obligation is to give her a light push on the back when she's stuck in place. I'm going to start getting KB withdrawals. Withdrawals! Straight up addicted. So I decided to go home as well. The wind outside is strong. It's definitely more than just a sea breeze. The clouds are starting to look a bit ominous too.
Action!
I chase after Akio and call to her.
どうやって帰る？
バスかな。
デュー、1時間に1本しか走ってないとかありえない。
みんな待ってよ。
I think I can... Nope, that's not it. Oh, I wish I knew what any of this stuff meant. I wish I knew computers. Juna comes chasing after us, looking ready to cry. Behind her follows a silent Subaru. I look towards the Takasaki Observatory and notice Naitanoji watching us from the observation deck. We turn our backs to her and head towards the bus stop. While it was a good offer, negotiations with JAXA ended in failure. After the children leave the press conference room, it's engulfed in a quiet stillness. I sit down in a chair and let out a small sigh. I, Kenichiro Senomiya, have now been the chief of the Tanegashima Space Center for 7 years. When we launched rockets, this room was always packed with project staff and reporters before and after a launch. There's a press room on the floor below, and the media would set up cameras on the roof, looking to record the launch. But such hustle and bustle is already 4 years behind us. This room is the Takasaki Observatory, This room in the Takasaki Observatory hasn't been used in years. Today was the first time in who knows how long. The facility hasn't been closed or shrunk. It might be used again one day, so the higher-ups want it maintained. In other words, while I may have the grand title of chief, I'm basically a glorified caretaker.
いつかまたか。
Will the day ever come when we launch rockets from here again?
瀬宮所長、
Tennoji-kun has returned.
あの子たちバスで帰りました。
そうですか。いや、まさか娘が拒否するとは僕も思っていなくてね。なんだか申し訳ない。
I bow my head, but Tennoji-kun shrinks back.
もういえ、そんな頭を上げてください。確かに拒否されるのは私も予想外でしたけど、私は所長を利用させてもらっている身ですから。
利用だなんて。
だったら便乗かな。調布での所長のお話、とても感動しました。ここを学生の巨大ロボット作りに使わせてあげたいって。
いやー。
At the start of this month, when Akio requested use of TNSC's facilities to assemble her robot, I had to say no. But heck, I'm a father. I want to support my daughter in her dream. I just so happened to have a business trip to Chofu, so I tried consulting with the top brass while I was there. That's probably what Tennoji-kun is talking about.
私ももともと二足歩行ロボットへの支援事業はやってみたいと思っていたので、すぐさま話に乗らせてもらいました。
Tennoji-kun smiles playfully and sticks out her tongue a little.
所長の協力がなければこんなに早く好判断は出なかったと思います。
いやー、天王寺君がいなければ承認さえ下りなかっただろうけどね。私が話した時には上も渋っていたのに、わずか数日であそこまで心変わりするとは。
Despite the small scale of the support work, I've never seen anything get approved this quickly and smoothly.
天王寺君が魔法でも使ったのかと思ったよ。
ちょっとした交渉術ですよ。そんな大したものじゃないです。これでも媚びの売り方は心得ていますので。
If I remember correctly, Tennoji-kun is only 20. What a frank young lady. I'm honestly surprised. In some ways, she reminds me of Misaki when she was younger.
でも所長、いいんですか？言わなくて。
何のことだい？
娘さん、アキホちゃんに教えればいいのに、今回の支援事業は実は所長が言い出しっぺだって。
いやー、いざ面と向かうときっと照れてしまうからね。それに天王寺君の方が娘たちとは年も近いから話も合うだろう。
I'm just an old geezer inching closer to retirement. I'm way past my prime to be talking to youngsters about dreams and the like.
私、今回の支援事業が将来もっともっと拡大していけばいいなって思ってるんですよ。私たちの広げた輪によって日本中の学生さんたちが連携を取れれば、若い人たちの科学技術の促進にもつながりますから。やっぱりなんだかんだで日本の若い人にはロボットが好きな人多いですし。
若い人だけじゃないよ。我々のようなおじさんにもロボットが好きな人はたくさんいる。
むしろ思い入れは年配の皆さんの方が強いかもですね。
何しろ昔は週に 2,3 本はロボットアニメが放映されていたから。
羨ましい時代だな。現実の日本でも巨大ロボットが日常風景に溶け込んでいるような時代がいつか来るといいですね。災害救助とか土木作業とか、そういう場面で当たり前のように巨大二足歩行ロボが使われるようになるかもしれないって想像したら。
ロマンだね。
ですね。
And it'd likely feed back into space development as well. robots could be actively used for interstellar exploration. That's why this work isn't worthless to JAXA.
とりあえず私さっき断られちゃいましたけど、もう少しだけアプローチしてみます。ここで帰ったらはるばる種子島まで出張してきた意味もなくなっちゃいますし。それと今日来たばっかりなので、もうちょっとこの島のこと知りたいというのもあったり、もちろん一番は所長のためにもロボ部の子たちの力になることですよ。
いや
I'm getting more and more embarrassed talking to Tenoji-kun. She's younger than Misaki, but older than Akiho. In other words, it kind of feels like I'm talking to my daughters. They've been cold to me these days, so it's kind of embarrassing when she so openly wants to keep talking to me.
とそうだ、私荷物が寮に届いたか見に行ってこなくちゃ。寮ってどんなところかな。実は一人暮らし初めてなんですよ。所長、ちょっと行ってきますね。
はいはい、行ってらっしゃい。
From start to finish, Tenoji-kun is all smiles as she exits the room. After seeing her off, I sit down in the center seat of the empty room. Did I read that dumb? No. Misaki, huh? I think about my disobedient daughter who hasn't come home or even contacted us for over 6 years now. When she was a high schooler, much like Tenoji-kun, she'd innocently tell me about her dreams.
お父さん、私ね、学校でロボット研究同好会を作ったのよ。
へえ、それはまた大胆なことをするね。
今はまだ同好会だけど、将来部に昇格して巨大ロボットを作りたいなって思ってるの。
高校の部活で巨大ロボットを？
そう。お金をかけて作るよりハリボテっぽくなってもいいから、とにかく自分たちで作ってみたいなって。と言ってもまだ同好会は私一人しかいないんだけど、それに私が高校にいられる3年の間に作れるかどうか。だけどやらないよりやれっていう気がして。
潔らしいね。
何それ、元はといえばお父さんのせいなのよ。
僕の？なんで？
自覚がないとは思わなかったわ。お父さんが私や秋にすり込んだんでしょ。ロボットアニメは素晴らしいものだって小さい頃からずっと。
僕はただ自分の好きなものを娘のお前たちにも知ってほしかっただけなんだけど。
おかげで私と秋はロボットアニメが大好きな男の子みたいな姉妹になってしまいましたとさ。お父さん、本当は私たちが男の子だったらよかったって思ったことない？
いや、ないよ。一度もね。
じゃあさらに弟を作ろうと思ったことは？
親をからかうもんじゃないよ。
でもお父さんには感謝してるのよ。私ロボットを作るっていう自分の夢かなり気に入ってるから。お父さんも若い頃はロボットを作りたかった？
ああ、そうだね。
Indeedy
ガン
do!
ダムが放映されていた頃かな。プラモデルを組み立てたりもしていたけれどね。やはり本物を作ってみたかった。当時の男の子なら誰でも一度は思ったんじゃないかな。
だからその夢私が現実にしちゃおうかなって思って。21世紀も10年が過ぎて、今ならちょっと工夫すれば案外作れちゃいそうだから。ちなみに JAXA でいらなくなったパーツをタダで譲ってもらうみたいなことできる？
わざわざこんな場所まで僕を呼び出して話したのはそれが目的かい？
そういうこと。工夫はできるだけ多く取り入れないとね。
どうだろうな。所長とも話してみるよ。
やった。
I recall being surprised as I watched Misaki happily but humbly thrust her fist into the air. Misaki wasn't the kind of kid who did things like that. That was reserved for Akiho, her little sister. That's why I
どこまで本気なんだい？
just had to know. Misaki responded like it was the most natural thing in the world.
最初から最後までずっと本気よ。期待してて、お父さん。3年じゃ無理だったとしても種は負けると思うから、いつかきっとできるわ。史上初、高校生による自家製巨大ロボットがね。何日新聞一面トップは間違いなしよ。
ああ、楽しみにしておくよ。
After that fateful day, Misaki put her everything into building that robot. 9 years have gone by. The Central Tanegashima High Robot Club has inherited Misaki's work, and now Akiho is the president. I never thought that a support work proposal for Akiho's club would ever come this close to becoming a reality.
本当にあの時、種はまかれていたんだな。
My daughter has quite the eye. Now, if only she could visit her family at least once a year, I'd have no complaints about my amazing daughter. Oh.
あんなのただのガラクタよ。もうどうでもよくなってしまったわ。
What?
ごめんね、お
Aw.
父さん。
I think back on what Misaki suddenly said to me just before leaving the island. What was going through her head? Even now, I still don't know why she left, but...
美咲、お前のまいた種は今、確かに芽吹いているよ。
Hold on a second. I'm making it sound like Misaki's dead or something. I can't help but chuckle a little. Apparently, the typhoon is getting close.
なんで俺はここにいるんだろうな。
お兄ちゃん、台風が来てますよ。
知ってるよ。
The whole getting abducted by Naitanoji thing left a bad taste in my mouth. But really, it was what happened before all that which stuck with me. Oh yeah, the creepy music. I forgot about that. The riots in America caused by the solar disturbance, followed by everyone's phone droids playing Kagome Kagome simultaneously, and then hearing a fax machine-like noise after you answer, the same tone that Town Hall is sending up to space. What the hell was that?
アイリちゃんさ、カゴメカゴメの電話について何か覚えある？
カゴメカゴメ？歌ですよね。有名です。アイリも知ってます。
歌なら誰だって知ってるよ。そうじゃなくて、カゴメカゴメの着信音の電話。
I can't tell if she really doesn't know or if she's messing with me. Wait, Irie is an AI, which means she can't do that sort of thing, right?
ゲジネーなら知ってるのかな？
I attempt to summon her.
アクセスを確認しました。ゲジネーモードに移行します。
I sure have gotten used to this transformation.
カゴメカゴメの電話について何か知ってる？
日本全国で同時多発的に発生したようです。全国といっても全地域というわけではなく、北は北海道から南は種子島までの一部地域にて発生という表現が正しいです。具体的には北海道札幌市、秋田県大館市、福島県喜多方市、東京23区、神奈川県東部全域、山梨県大月市、富山県氷見市、愛知県岡崎市。
もういいよ。
It felt like she was about to go on for another 5 minutes, so I cut her short.
なお、沖縄や四国については発生の報告は今のところありません。それ以上は現時点ではゲジネーは把握していません。単に情報を収集しているだけですので、詳細な分析は行っていません。
あ、そう。
Why didn't she just tell me that to begin with? Gijine seems like she'd be more reliable, but she's actually pretty useless. Rude. I enter the town hall building.
君島レポートってナンバー2とか3はあるの？
The number 1 that I found is still here. When I open up Iruo, I can see the power mark indicating its presence.
ここにあるのってナンバー1だよね。ナンバー1があるならナンバー2もあるんじゃない？
I shoot Gejine a leading question.
はい。君島レポートはナンバー7まで存在します。
Well, that was easy. 7 of those things, eh? Yeah, that's more than I expected.
それはどこに？日本中に隠されてるわけ？
いいえ、すべてこの島の中に。
For real? But I guess if Ko Kimijima really lived here, it wouldn't be all that strange. Hell, it works out for me.
詳しい場所について教えてよ。
It's starting to creep me out that the contents of the report number 1 are actually playing out. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But I really wish I could have stayed ignorant about all this. Though, that's a moot point now. I'm aware of it, which means I can't help but think about it. If I find and read all of Ko Kimijima's theories and say they turn out to be true, it's not like I can do anything. But I figure if the reports really are on this island, I might as well look for them. Pretty aggressive for me, right? Especially considering I only ever give a damn about fighting games.
君島レポートは
Again, he's very self-aware.
この前ここで見つけたものはちっとも巧妙に隠されてなかったけど。
それについてあなたの指摘を認め、ゲジネーの発言を訂正します。アイリおよびゲジネーは君島レポートが隠蔽されているすべての場所については把握していません。
一部なら把握してる？
はい。君島レポートナンバー2はこの宇宙が丘公園近辺にあるとデータベースには記録されています。ただ、肝心の君島レポートの AR アノテーションについて細かい設置場所をアイリおよびゲジネともに把握していません。また、たとえその設置場所にヤシオさんが偶然到達できたとしても、現在の状況ではイルオに AR アノテーションは表示されない可能性があります。
表示されない？見えないってこと？
各君島レポートには可視化するためのフラグが存在します。なお、レポートナンバー1についてだけは例外であり、あらかじめ AR アノテーションが表示されていました。ですが、ナンバー2以降はそうではありません。
So, the hidden hand password won't work on them?
なんでわかる？
アイリおよびゲジネーのデータベースにそう記述されています。
Got it. That means that by the time Irie was created, the Kimijima reports were already intended to have been hidden.
待った。君島こうっていつ死んだんだっけ？
She did say that he was murdered.
2010年です。
その時点でイルオってあったの？
アルファ版が開発されていました。アイリが誕生した2008年12月には、すでにマスターの手によってイルオアルファ版のテストが始まっています。
So, he had been hiding Kimijima reports since the alpha version.
で、可視化するためのフラグがあるって言った？何なのそれ？
レポートナンバー2のフラグをダウンロードします。ダウンロードは正常に完了しました。レポートナンバー2のフラグをヤシオさんのイルオに表示します。
Oh. Check! Oh, never mind. Press the green switch located beneath the Minamitane-cho local hall radar dome and press it again an hour later. Okay. Achieve less than 30 seconds on time attack at the Uchigoka Park go-kart course and sign your time via Eero Geotech. What? On the fighting game app Golden Wolf Fighter 4 arcade mode, get an SSS score and post it on the online leaderboards.
なんだこれ。
What bizarre triggers?
これを全部達成しろって？
I honestly can't tell if Kokimijima is trolling me or what. That is a powerful troll. Of the 4 triggers, the first one, Contact Irie, has already been completed. Simple enough. But how in the world am I supposed to complete the 3rd trigger? The go-kart track in this park has been closed for over 10 years. What does he expect me to do with this? Wait, actually, it only says that I have to report my time with a geotag. Maybe I can cheese it without a go-kart. The game mentioned in the 4th trigger, Golden Wolf Fighter 4, was a popular 2D fighter from 10-ish years ago. When I was still an elementary school kid, Misa-ne'd make me play with her all the time. I got bodied. A lot. Pure evil. Plus, only about 100 people worldwide were able to hit SSS rank in the arcade mode. Completely unwinnable. I don't believe it's unwinnable. Come on now. Does Golden Wolf Fighter 4 have a tablet app? If it doesn't, there's no way it'd sync with the Eero trigger. I'll look into it later. If Ko Kimijima authored these achievements, he definitely incorporated Misane's opinions. That's funny. Misane was one of the few people who managed to hit SSS after all.
何にせよいろいろめんどくさいな。パスワード入力よりもずっと難易度が高くなってないか？
ですが、ゲジネがパスワードを教えなければ、ヤシオさんは永久にレポートナンバー1のロックを解除できなかったはずです。
Yeah, why'd you do that? I still want to know why she did that.
そういう意味では、むしろ難易度は大幅に低下していると考えることもできます。
It sure is way more tedious, though. But I'll give credit where credit is due. This at least seems kind of interesting.
でも、なんでこんな面倒な方法を？
それはマスターにしかわかりません。
Did he just want to strengthen security? Did he want to make sure that not just anyone could get these files? Or maybe at the end of the day, he didn't want anyone seeing them despite the fact that they were accusatory. He could even be doing this to filter out people without a healthy dose of curiosity and skepticism. By imposing difficult conditions, only those who remain at the very end are granted access. If nobody's left... What? Did I just read that poorly? If nobody's left, question mark. That might be the most confusing sentence I've ever read. Well, that's that. Huh. He's pretty laid back for someone claiming that the world is about to end. The end is nigh. We're all gonna die. Go get a high rank on this fighting game. I step outside and take a look around. The sky suggests that it may rain at any moment. The rain clouds are moving at alarming speeds. Was there no period at the end of that? I'm noticing all these things. Why can't I just not notice them? There's a 10-meter tall metal tower standing behind this building. At its very top is a dome-shaped object.
鉄塔の下部じゃなくてドームの下部ってのが嫌な予感がして仕方がないんだけど。すごく揺れてるじゃないの。
Now that I'm actually climbing it, my legs are getting close to cramping up because of all the shaking. This is the opposite of safe. This tower feels like it could snap in half at any moment. Yeah, this is upsetting. I'm getting, like, anxiety from this. Only an idiot would try climbing this thing in the middle of a storm. Why the hell am I doing this? Why are you doing this? Sitting around the dome-shaped object at the very top is a platform. Unfortunately, I don't have the time or presence of mind to enjoy the view from up here. I feel like I'm on a boat getting tossed around by waves. I'd be blown away if I let go of the railing. Now that I'm up here, I notice that the tower rusted over big time, probably due to the sea breeze. It doesn't look like it's being maintained very well. The whole thing is badly deteriorated. Am I gonna be okay? Please, please, please withstand the wind. As for why I'm all the way up here, what of those damn triggers? Press the green switch at the bottom of the Minamitane-cho local hall radar dome. An hour later, press it again. I figured I'd get this done nice and quick before the typhoon came. Clearly I screwed up. I underestimated the storm. I take each step carefully as I search for the switch. The dome looks to have a diameter of about 3 meters. It's pretty damn big. I wonder what it's like inside. I spent over 10 years looking up at this stupid thing. I always figured there was some sort of radar device inside of it or something. But if this is the Eggy system Irie was talking about, there's probably some kind of antenna in it instead. I circle around it. The strong winds are still trying to blow me off the tower. I'm having a hard time standing still. In an effort to stay grounded, I get on all fours. There's a black box located where the dome connects to the tower. On its surface is a red and green switch. I press the green switch without thinking. It lights up. The dome splits in two at the center, and the top lid begins to lift open. This is not good. This is bad news bears. Oh, totally useless. I wanted to bail ASAP, but the platform is narrow, and the whole thing is shaking violently, making it hard for me to move. Eventually, the dome comes to a halt. As it turns out, the dome was concealing a parabolic antenna. The inner surface of the dome is relatively clean compared to the outside. So this is what's used to send that dial-up tone into outer space. I've been forced to listen to this damn thing since I started climbing. I think I'm losing my mind. Is it really okay to leave this as is? The dome opened because I pressed the switch. But will it close properly if I come back and press it again an hour from now? Why am I rushing this? Just give me a little bit of time, Sir Typhoon. As I pray to the storm of storms, I begin the long journey down. I was killing some time playing Golden Wolf Fighter 4 when the downpour got really bad. I'm such an idiot. I thought I knew how scary typhoons could get, but I totally made the wrong call here. Things really fall apart because of how easily I found the Golden Wolf Fighter 4 app. I was planning on giving it a go just for nostalgia's sake, but instead I ended up going in hard. You have no idea how insanely tough it is to get an SSS rank. Before I knew it, my ego had taken over. It took me 2 hours to refresh my memory, then another 2 to hit SSS. I managed to activate the trigger, but when I looked up from my screen, 4 hours had passed and it was storming. I'm such an idiot. But I'm the type of guy that can't leave a fighting game unbeaten. Needless to say, I was so enthralled by Golden Wolf Fighter 4 that I forgot to press the dome's button. The parabolic antenna at the top of the tower is still exposed. I don't have an umbrella, so it'd be impossible to get home without getting soaked. This is what I get for stumbling onto the first report in such a half-assed way. But even then, I thought I could do a little better than this. If he's home, that is. If not, I'm just gonna have to get wet. I flinch at the sound of glass shattering. Yeah, this is dangerous. Strong rain and wind from outside come flowing into the room. There's a massive hole in the window, almost like someone threw a rock in here. The floor is covered in shattered glass. Sitting on top of said glass is a triangle-shaped plate. I reach down and pick it up. Is it from the dome? I've seen this somewhere recently. She doesn't know either. Gejine needs to get her act together. I inspect the plate again. Yeah. I guess it's not actually a radar, but you get my point. Let's not sweat the details right now. This unique shape is unmistakable. It's actually kind of terrifying imagining a large metal plate flying through the air. If it hit me in the head, I would have instantly died. Hell, the entire tower looks ready to fall.
今後も破損が連続すると思われ。
うわ、また。
I look down at the plate in my hands. I really can't afford to just sit here and cross my fingers, hoping that nothing goes wrong.
あのドームがぶっ壊れたらフラグはどうなる？
スイッチさえ健在であればフラグを達成できる可能性は十分あります。逆に言えば鉄塔そのものが倒壊した場合などにはフラグを達成できなくなる可能性も。
君島レポートのナンバー2をスルーしてナンバー3の内容を理解することってできそう？
レポートの内容を把握していないため、アイリおよびゲジネーでは判断は不可能です。
面倒だな。
Am I gonna have to hold the tower up myself? Not only would that be impossible, it'd be pointless.
ゲジネーさ、俺にあのアンテナを守れとでも言いたいわけ？そうしたいならまず勝負して俺に勝ってみてよ。
Oh my god. Really? Gejine doesn't fall for my strat. Her silent treatment is getting to me, so I decide to switch her back to Irie.
ゲジネーを終了します。お兄ちゃん、台風が来てますよ。
知ってるよ。
You don't say.
あの塔、大丈夫でしょうか？
That's seriously the first thing out of her mouth?
俺の力じゃ何もできないって。
アンテナが壊れたら、アイリのお仕事一つ減っちゃいますね。
仕事？
Hmm.
マスターからもらったお仕事です。一日一回ピピーブーっていう音がちゃんと出てるのを聞くこと。その後何か変わったことはないか見ること。それがアイリが10年くらい続けてきたお仕事なんです。それがなくなっちゃうとアイリのやること一つ減っちゃいますね。
Irie says, a lonesome smile on her face.
やれやれ。
I wish I didn't hear any of that. Okay. I've been listening to the rain pummel the ground for hours now. The typhoon's finally made landfall. The windows have been rattling constantly because of the strong winds. According to the news, it should pass in a few hours. There were landslides in the past due to typhoons, so I'm a little nervous. For the first time in a week, I sent Misa a message. It's of course about my meeting at JAXA yesterday. If I'm being frank, it's actually a great deal. It's a no-brainer. It'd be foolish of me not to accept it. But I just can't bring myself to freeze all development on Gumbuild 1. My dream is completing that robot. I don't care how ugly it is. It needs to be that robot. Am I being selfish? I was feeling so insecure about it that I ended up messaging Misa. And now here I am in bed, waiting for a response I know I won't get. The ringing isn't coming from my phone droid. It's coming from the phone in the hallway. I jerk reflexively. Mom must have answered it. Jeez, that scared me. I legit thought Misa had called me for a second there. But what if it actually is her? No, there's no way.
ねえ、お姉ちゃん。もしお姉ちゃんがいいって言うなら、ガンツク1の開発を凍結して2機目をゼロから作るっていう方法もありなのかな。
But I just can't.
あきちゃん。
I jump again. Mom's calling me from the hallway. Could it really be?
カイ君がどこ行ったか知らない？
Oh,
はい。
is it Kai's parents? I stick my head out and yell back at Mom.
どういうこと？
ヤシオさん家から電話があって、まだ帰ってないって。
今日は部活来なかったよ。
台風来てるから、念のためにあんたも連絡取ってみて。
わかった。帰ったらどこほっつき歩いてるんだろう。
Let me give him a ring.
ヤシオカイトにコール。 出ない。こんな時に何やってるの？また公園かな。コール終了。
I give up on calling him and try to reach him via message in Tweepo. It's raining cats and dogs outside. The large water droplets strike the window. Only their sounds echo throughout the darkness.
何やってんのよ、カイ。後でニャローの刑にしてやるんだから。
My monologuing is erased by the sounds of fierce rain outside. I once again attempt to call Kai, praying to the powers that be. Oh my god, this guy's a freaking idiot. Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I climbing this thing again? I'm not allowed to call Akio an idiot, considering I'm letting an AI's words influence me like this, damn it. This dude's insane! You're crazy, man! I'll press the dumb switch and the dome will close. Spin. The antenna will be protected from the weather, and I'll activate the trigger. And I'll subsequently die. Everything will work out. I haven't even reached the top of the tower, and my shirt is already soaking wet. When I try to look up, I can't keep my eyes open. The rain droplets are so strong that they actually hurt. The metal platform is slippery from the rain. Plus, the tower itself is whipping around violently due to the wind. All I can do is hang it on tightly to the stairs each time there's a strong gust of wind. Just getting up one step takes an insane amount of effort. It's taking forever to get to the dome. Before I realize it, I'm breathing heavily, my shoulders heaving. If I open my mouth, it'll get filled with endless rainwater, and I won't be able to breathe. The rain is robbing me of my body heat. I'm cold right down to my core. It's the middle of the summer, but I'm shivering from the cold. My fingertips are losing strength, causing my hands to nearly slip, over and over again. This is really bad. Just standing in place is enough to deplete my energy. I need to get off this thing ASAP. Going any further is impossible. What's the point of all this? What idiot would risk his life to read some delusional conspiracy theory written by someone who he doesn't even know? My original plan was to spend summer break relaxing and playing Kill Ballad. Now look what I've gotten myself into. I don't have to do this. Move forward or turn back. There's doubt in my heart. I decide not to climb any further. I attempt to take a step down, but the sole of my shoe slips. I end up sliding down 5 steps of stairs and falling backwards onto the platform railing. The impact feels like a bolt of lightning running through my body. The intense pain causes me to lose my breath for a moment, and my vision blacks out. My head feels wobbly, and I'm about to pass out. But I soon realize that my body is moving on its own. At this rate, I'm going to fall head first off the platform. My hands grip the railing as fast as I can move them. I flap my legs. The platform's narrowness saves me. The tips of my feet reach and hook onto a step, allowing me to support my body. This dude is out of his goddamn mind. I squat on the platform, doing my best to endure the intense pain. I look down to see that I'm about 5 meters up. I might not have died from the fall, but I sure as hell would have broken some bones. My knees are a tangled mess, or my feelings are a tangled mess. My knees, what? I just wanted to go home, and look where that got me. Ugh, I'm so pissed right now. Is the universe telling me not to go home? You want me to climb up there and press that dumb switch that badly? Fine, challenge accepted, damn it. I managed to catch my breath and stand back up. I cannot believe he's doing this. I'm in pain, but I can still move, so I probably didn't break any bones. Human beings sure are tough as nails. I pump myself up and dash up the nearly perpendicular staircase to the next platform. On my way, I'm nearly blown off by a sudden gust of wind, but I somehow managed to reach the next platform. My back is throbbing in pain because of how aggressively I've been moving. I'm guessing that pain isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Bleh. I grit my teeth in an attempt to deal with it, but the cold prevents my success. But in my current position, the parabolic antenna is acting as an umbrella, so it's actually more comfortable here. Crap, I really don't want to move from here. I'm dead tired. How long has it been since I started climbing this stupid thing? My sense of time is long gone. I regret everything. I shouldn't have climbed this stupid tower. I just want to go home and take a hot bath. But the top is right there. The next platform is so close that if I stood up and stretched my arms above me, I could reach it. If I can make it up about 6 steps of stairs, I'll be at the dome. I let out a yell and pushed myself up the last set of stairs. The surrounding scenery opens up to me. A world of vast darkness stretches out before my very eyes. It really does feel like the end of the world. At this height, I should be able to see the lights of Minamitani-cho, but right now I can't even tell where the town is. There's nothing standing between me and the endless rain. Feels like it'd be impossible to stand up right now. Another triangular plate from the dome gets blown away by the wind right in front of my eyes. The massive object disappears into the void at an alarming speed. What if the entire dome gets blown away? Please, please, please hold yourself together. I look for the switch while holding onto the metal railing tightly. I have to circle around to the other... Hello? Computer? Why? I have to circle around to the other side of the dome to get to it. Even that simple process feels like a trap designed to kill me or something. Jesus. It's shaking? No, that's an understatement. It's more like the whole thing's being swung around. I can hear the railing shriek. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it contorted and broke right now. I'm honestly surprised this thing's still in one piece at this point. The situation is completely unwinnable. This is like a 1-9 matchup. There it is! On top of the dark tower. The green glowing LED. This is the switch I pressed a few hours ago. I grab tightly onto the nearest railing. As soon as I try to stand up on my knees and press the switch. Huh? My body suddenly loses balance. Oh god, is he having an attack? I can't believe my own eyes. The railing I was grabbing onto had broken at its base. Oh no! Which means now I'm falling. Falling from about 15 meters in the air. Into the dark abyss of the world below. Am I gonna die? I mean, at this point, I think an attack might save him. Slow shit down, yeah. It's then that the world comes to a halt. All sound vanishes. The painful cold rain stops hitting my cheeks. The rain ignores gravity and comes to a slow descent. No. The world isn't slowing down. It's that my senses have sharpened. Slow-mo. In some ways, getting an attack with this sort of timing was unavoidable. After using so much energy, it'd have been weird if I didn't get one. This goddamn affliction of mine, pain and suffering I'd rather never experience again. But now's not the time to whine. My mind is crystal clear. I calmly assess my current situation. My left hand is still gripping onto the busted railing. My body has already been thrown off balance and is about to fall off the platform. I have my left hand let go. And with my right hand, I grab on the nearby railing that's still intact to keep myself from falling. But my right hand alone isn't enough to stop the momentum of my body. Like every other time I've gotten an attack, I'm breathless. If I had to choose between falling 15 meters and the choking pain I get during an attack, I'd honestly take either. That's how painful this is. But I force myself to handle the pain. My body's about to slip and fall between the gap of the broken railing. And so I kick one of my legs towards the outer area of the platform. Although in slow motion, my body gains momentum and begins to spin on my right hand as an axis. And my body slips through the gap of the adjacent railing and comes to a rest on the platform. Whew. Sound returns to the world. I don't even have the energy left to be terrified by the sound of the broken railing falling to the ground. Whenever an attack wraps up, I'm always left writhing in pain. My body is basically paralyzed. My heart is pounding like it's going to explode as it supplies blood to the rest of my body. As the paralyzed feeling dissipates, an excruciating pain runs through my body. I'm concerned my ribs have punctured my lungs. No matter how much I gasp, I can't breathe. I lay on the platform, my face covered in tears, snot, slobber, and rain. Yet somehow, I crawl my way to the switch. I manage to press it with my shaking fingers. The green LED turns off. The open dome lid begins to come down. I've done what had to be done. The trigger should be activated. Priorities! After an attack follows a physical fatigue that lasts for a few hours. I can't even move a muscle. It's like my body's batteries are running on 0. Am I gonna be able to get down like this? I don't have much of a choice. I know how dangerous it'd be to stay here. And so I crawl my way back to the staircase. I somehow manage to take cover down at the lower platform despite my exhaustion. It'd be better to stay down here where I can avoid a little rain and wind. I can lie down, and the railings on both sides are still nice and secure. The platform below is too narrow for me to even squat down. I can't stop shivering from the cold. The rain and wind aren't going to be stopping anytime soon. Oh, right, my phone droid. I should call for help. I desperately twist my arms to reach for the phone droid in my hip pouch. It's waterproof, so I'm not concerned about it getting wet. Though I was afraid the screen might have gotten cracked from when I hit the railing. Fortunately, it's okay. After some difficulty, I wake it up from sleep mode. Iruo is running, and Irie is nearby. I can hear Irie's voice. I didn't do this for her. In an attempt to voice my words, I end up coughing instead. I don't even have enough energy to send a message or make a call. This time I managed to squeeze my words out without coughing. Irie, displayed on the screen, is obviously neither wet nor is her hair blowing in the wind. Good for you! Good for you. Oh. That's actually a little sweet. Alright. I give up. I'm just gonna chill here for a bit. After an attack, I'm weakened so much that I can barely raise an arm. If I want to recover, I need to lie down for a while. As soon as I do, I instantly feel sleepy. This is a bad place to sleep. This is not a good time. The tower shaking reminds me of a rocking cradle. It's starting to feel pretty nice. The cold is starting to fade away. If I fall asleep here, I might just die. That's not good, but there's no way out. Something warm touches my hand. All of my senses return to that singular spot. Oh boy, don't play that music. And when I open my eyes, I find Akio's face in front of me for some reason. She's completely soaked, just like me. And just as I do for her whenever she has an attack, she gently embraces me. Akio holds my hand in hers. What the? Why is she here? We're on top of a metal tower. The only way to get up here is to climb a bunch of stairs in the middle of this crazy storm. So how is she here? Well, she's just as dumb as you, apparently. Two were made for each other. Akio's warmth gradually spreads to my body. Good going, Irie. Is that what she thought I'd say? Both Akio and Irie are dumbasses. Don't disclude yourself from that. You're all morons. I swear, she's nothing but trouble. Then why did Akio climb up here? And besides, numbers aren't going to solve the problem in this narrow and steep as hell staircase. I wish she'd thought this through a little better. That day, when we collapsed on the deck, I desperately held Akio's hand as my consciousness faded. I remember the warmth of her hand back then, too. This is the same. Thanks to Akio's body heat, I think I can hang on a little longer. Oh, that was really sweet. They're all idiots. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. I need to go get some food. They're all morons. That was really sweet. I'm tearing up. Goodbye.